So this is Luke chapter 4, the scripture for April 17th. You may notice that there's a slightly different setting that I'm here with. I'm recording this from home instead of from my office, with the onset of COVID-19 really making us all stay at home and quarantine. Better safe than sorry. So in Luke chapter 4, Luke relays a series of stories in which Jesus rebukes those who would seek to control him. From the devil to his family friends at Nazareth, many saw Jesus as potentially a helpful mascot, or, maybe even somebody who they could use to further their own goals. Very few actually saw him as Messiah. Beginning with Jesus' temptation, Satan offers Jesus food for three common appetites: physical hunger, hunger for fame, and hunger for worship. Had Jesus accepted, not only would he have short-circuited the work that he came to earth to do, but he would have also affirmed Satan's power to give those gifts, which would have been a confession in and of itself that Jesus could not abide. So he survives his 40-day fast, and after doing so, Jesus returns to his hometown of Nazareth. He guest preaches at the local synagogue, and the people are enamored. Not of what he says, but of the fact that he's a hometown kid who's come back to tell them the good news of the gospel. They've had a celebrity that grew up around them. After preaching from Isaiah 61, Jesus shares a hard truth. A prophet's hometown gains no benefit from the prophet. The two examples he gives you can read more about in 1 Kings 17, along with 2 Kings 5. The prophets Elijah and Elisha, both were prophets in the rebellious northern kingdom of Israel that would later be taken over by Assyria and then reinstated as Samaria. Both spoke against the godless practices pursued by the northern kingdom of Israel. Now, the adulation of the crowd at this point turns violent, revealing that there was actually not a desire to worship Christ, but a desire to control the man Jesus that was present throughout when the crowd adored him. So then Jesus goes and casts out demons, heals the sick, and receives more attention from people in the Galilee region, up by the Sea of Galilee, which is in northern Israel. Regularly, Jesus commands the demons to be silent when they try to name him. We talked about this a little bit in Mark. In Mark, oftentimes it's referred to as the messianic secret. Here, one ancient belief that was held among the ancient Roman world and Jewish world is that naming something gave you power over it. So if Jesus gets named by the demons, then the demons have power over him, so the theory goes. So Jesus silences the demons, both to deny their power over him and also to control the narrative that's beginning to spread like wildfire about who this man from Galilee actually is. Finally, against the wishes of the crowds, Jesus moves on. Throughout his time on earth, Jesus had ample opportunities to seize power and to make himself a king over some sort of smaller domain. But Jesus, instead of taking on his own personal fiefdom, pursues his mission on earth, which is ultimate authority and ultimate power over everything. There is no square inch of the entire creation which Jesus Christ does not reach his hands out and claim as his own. And that's what he came here to do. He will not be satisfied with anything less. Now I wonder, when have you disappointed people because of what you felt God was calling you to? That's all for Luke chapter 4. On Monday, the 20th of April, we'll be looking at Luke chapter 5. May God bless you in your reading of Scripture.